everyone, and welcome to the Feature Focus training for Automator.ai, brought to you by Bot Builders. During these feature focus trainings, we try to dive deep into one of the many features in Automator to show you how you can actually use them and expand them in your business. And our training topic today is on something called opportunities and pipelines. So I am going to share my screen with you guys. A quick moment here. I will share my screen. Okay, so when you get into your Automator.ai account, you'll notice that you don't really see much on your board, but there is a place for opportunity status and values and conversion rates. And in order to get that kind of data, you need to have something called opportunities and pipelines set up. So I'm going to show you quickly our dashboard for Bot Builders so you can see what one looks like with the opportunities actually updated, which is pretty exciting. And as you can see, we have our ads reports first, and then we also have some analytics, and then we have lead information, appointments, pipeline leads, and chatbot sales, all kinds of things reported in here. So just know that your dashboard is customizable, and the actual information will start showing up when you actually have your pipeline set up. So I'm going to go into my test account. And just to give you guys an overview here, to get to your opportunities and pipelines on the left-hand panel, you're going to click on Opportunities. So pipelines are a way to track a customer's progress, right, through different stages of your sales process. And opportunities are the individual deals or leads which within each stage of the pipeline. So if you're on the opportunities page, you're going to be able to see from an overview all of the people and what stage they are at. You can manually add people into these and drag them across each opportunity, or you can set up actual workflows to automate moving the cards over as well in most cases. So I'm going to lead you through some step-by-step instructions first. Now you'll hear Matt Light say all the time, and it's my suggestion as well, to write out your stages that you want to track on paper. Do that first, because if it doesn't make sense on paper, it will likely not make sense on your screen. So if you go to Opportunity, you can click on each and every pipeline you have inside of your account. Now, a lot of you might have like one main one, such as, cancellations or no-shows or main leads pipeline. But what we want to do is set one up for your specific business. So you can do it any way you want. But if you go to pipelines, that's where you can create a new one. So let's say I take sales appointments. I'm going to click Create a New Pipeline, and we're going to go ahead and name it. So I'm going to say New Sales, and my product, we're going to pretend it's pet products. So we'll add in our stages here. So the first stage would be New Lead, and then I'm going to have it in my pretend world here that I'm going to have people fill out a form to enter their information and then lead them to an appointment booking page. So I'm going to put booked call, and then I'm going to say showed, and I'm going to have one that says no show, and then I'm going to have one that says purchased, and then I'm going to have one that says maybe later. Then I'm going to have one that says do not contact. So these are mainly the stages that I would put for a basic funnel, because let's say someone visits my form on my page, I want them to be categorized as a new lead when they opt in. If they booked a call, I want them to be shown as they booked a call. If they showed up to that appointment they booked, I want them marked as showed. If they did not show up, they'll be no showed. If they purchased on the call, I want to mark them as purchased. If they said, no, not now, but maybe later, I want them to show here. And if they're like, absolutely not, this isn't for me, don't call me again, then we're going to put do not contact. And down here, you'll see you can have it visible in funnel chart, which is what shows up on your dashboard, and visible in pie charts. So we want to leave those on. So just know that that is how you put in your stages and your pipeline name. So we'll go ahead and hit save. Now that this is created, you'll see it down here under pipelines. So if I go now to opportunities, I want to see how my new pipeline looks. So I'm going to go to new sales, pet products, and now here are my stages. So let's say I wanted to manually add someone, right? Like they haven't, they let me know that they were interested, and maybe I'm going to manually send them the link to book the call. I can hit add opportunity, and I can actually add my lead in here manually. So just know that you can actually add in your contact. So it'll say primary contact name, and you can actually click in and add someone, or you can type it in manually. You can also add in their email. You can put the opportunity name if you want, and all of the details to just manually put them in. You can put their source, all of those sorts of things. So at this point in time, what we're going to do is, let's say we had a form, which if you're unfamiliar with how these things work, you can go back and watch either our funnel overview training or the workflow overview training. But if you have a form, so let's go to sites, and I have a form, we'll pretend. I'm going to add a new form, start from scratch. And I'm going to rename my form here at the top, and I'm going to say it's pet product opt-in form. And all I want is their first name and their email, because I'll get their phone number when they actually book an appointment, right? So I'm going to delete that part. So all I have is first name, email, button. So that is my form, and many of you might already have forms that you are going to use for this specific purpose. So I will go ahead and hit save. And now that it is saved, I'm going to go back. And remember, this is named Pet Product Opt-in. So always make sure your naming conventions go together. Now I'm going to go to a funnel, and I'm going to pick premium funnels by type. And I'm going to pick this Aqua Bliss. Well, actually, I think we might have one for dogs in here, and I'm not joking. Let's do it that way. We'll go into premium funnels by niche, and I'm going to put pet. Okay, oodles of doodles appointment funnel. So I'm going to clone this funnel. Okay, and remember to keep your naming conventions straightforward so you know what things go together. But I'm just basically duplicating this funnel, because if I ever want to use the standardized funnel again, I want to make sure it's in there without any changes, so I can use it for more than one thing if I want to. So I always make changes to the ones that I have cloned. So I'm going to just give it a quick moment here to update. And I'm just setting up this dummy one for you guys so you can see the process, and then I'll show you how to automate basically your entire workflow to update your pipeline for you. So now I'm going to search in my funnels for delete, because that is what I named it. And we have test pet product delete. That's what I want. So I want my opt-in page, and then my booking page, and my thank you page. And then I have some other page options underneath the cheat sheet here, but these won't actually run, so I'm going to leave them alone. So these are exactly the ones I want my client to see. So I'm going to go into edit. And inside of my funnel here, you will see that we have a pop-up button. So we're going to see the pop-up button links to the pop-up. So we're going to go into our pop-up settings, which should be right here, pop-up settings. And I'm going to go ahead and delete the form on this page. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it, and I'm going to add the form that we just made. And if you want to make the styling the same, just so you're aware, you can copy the color codes and the actual typography to match inside of your form. But for the sake of today, I'm not going to do that because it would take us a while. So I found my pet product opt-in form, and I'm just going to drop it on this page. Okay, and so we want the redirect button to go to the next step. After they fill this in, it's going to take them to that appointment booking page in the funnel. So this all looks good now. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And then what I could do is I could click this eyeball and preview my page. And then, of course, I would publish it if I'm ready to share it with other people. And I've decided it looks good and I've tested it. So I would pick a domain from my dropdown and I would just publish it. Now, on the second page, we have a calendar booking page. So they're essentially going to see the opt-in page. And once they opt in, they're going to go to the booking page, and then they're going to go to the thank you page. And that is the flow of these steps. So now we're going to create an automation to basically move people through our pipeline opportunities. So underneath automation, we're under workflows. We're going to go to create workflow. And we're going to start from scratch. I always recommend starting from scratch just because it's easier and it gives you more flexibility than a pre-built one, which for me, it takes more time to delete things than to just create it the way we want. So hit start from scratch. Okay, and we'll say got it. And we're going to rename this to match our naming convention. Update opportunity. And I'm going to call it delete. So I remember to delete it. So the trigger that starts all of this, as you remember, is going to be when they opt into that form, right? So we're going to hit form, submitted. And I'm going to go ahead and name it pet product because that is the name. So from an overview, I can see exactly what's inside it. I'm going to hit the filter and I'm going to say the form is pet product opt-in. So now it's only going to make any changes from here on out if someone opts into that specific form. So I want to hit save trigger. The next thing I'm going to do is assign this to a user, which if you have more than one person in your company or on your Automator account, you'll always want to assign it to a user. And if it's only you and you're a solopreneur, that's fine as well. So just assign it to yourself. So I'm going to assign it to myself. And you can also slide this on if you only want it to apply to unassigned contacts, meaning let's say you have 3 different salespeople and you want everything from that user to be assigned to that salesperson. If they've visited another form or another workflow or another site of yours, this will keep it attached to the same person if they're already assigned. So that's what that does. But in most cases, you can leave this off. So we'll hit save action, and I'm going to say assign to user Danielle. Save. So now I can see exactly what's happening in there. And I'm going to do update opportunity. So you can see create or update opportunity. And this is where it gets really fun. So create or update opportunity. I'm going to say pet product pipeline. And I'm going to select the pipeline. So again, we have our new sales pet products pipeline, and the opportunity stage is going to be new lead. Now you can also put an opportunity name if you'd like, or a source or a value. So let's say this person is worth $100. If you close the deal, you could put that in there. But at this stage, I'm going to leave it blank. And then you can also select a status, which is open, won, lost, or abandoned. In this case, I'm going to put open because it's open, but I'm not going to use these fields very much. So you can skip that one if you'd like, or just change it to open. Now we're going to go ahead and click here, and we're going to put wait. And we're going to give them about 5 minutes. We'll put wait 5 minutes. And we'll save our action. So now anytime someone enters their information on that first opt-in page we made, it's going to assign me as the user. So that way any of the correspondence they get from there comes from me. It's going to update their opportunity and put them in the new lead card. And then it's going to wait 5 minutes and it's going to check. We're going to go to calendar. Okay, funnel. We'll do create, update opportunity again. And if they are in the pipeline, new sales, and the stage would be booked a call, we would set that in our actual calendar to be able to update as well. So this lead value, again, you could put your lead value if you'd like, and I'm going to mark this one as opened again. So that way it will change them if they booked a call or not. Now you can also update that inside of your calendar. So we're going to go ahead and hit save. And what I would do is I would test this workflow on myself and make sure that everything runs smoothly. So I would pick a contact and I would run someone through it. And as long as everything worked well, I'm going to change this to published. And that is when this will actually activate. So again, I did 2 different stages in here, but the important part is you want your calendar to actually make that change in the opportunity as well from your funnel. So we're going to go to sites and we're going to check out our funnel here. Okay. We're going to go to our booking calendar page and hit edit. All right, so you can see we don't have a calendar on here, but it says it's a discovery call calendar. So what you want to do is make sure your actual calendar is on this page. And the easiest way to do that, again, is add the element and then go down to calendar and put it in here and you'll select your calendar. So I'm going to do discovery call. And of course, it's putting 404 because the discovery call calendar is not actually published in mine. And then you're going to change this to go to next step. So you should be able to see your calendar on this one. And we're going to hit save and publish. So now we're going to go to a test pipeline I made, but let's just pretend it's the exact same one as before. So this is the pet product sales one I made. So anytime someone fills out that form now, they should be under new lead. And anytime they book a call on my appointment, it should go to booked call. If they do not book a call, then we'll put them under maybe later. And if they show to the call, they should go to showed. And if they did not, they should go to no showed. And these are all done through the automations inside of your workflows. So let's go to a different pipeline I created just so I can show you how this manually works. And this is a fake contact that I made. So he's under the new lead stage. So maybe I sent him a link manually and I saw that he booked and I don't have it in my workflow to actually be able to set that up. I could just drag him here to schedule the call. When he comes to the call, I can put him under showed up to call. And if he decided maybe later, then I can put him under maybe later. So let's go back to our workflow automation and let's find our pet product update opportunity. You will see all of the actions in here. So maybe if they You can see all of the contact tags here on the right of all of the options that you can do. You can send emails in between. You can add tasks if you want. You can update things. You can do all of that inside of here. And then you can also just, put all of the things, like if they have booked an appointment or if they no shows. So let's say it's update appointment status, and the status is showed, right? So we'll say they showed up to the appointment. Then we would also update our opportunity. So you can update your opportunity. Showed to call. You can select the pipeline that you would like to use, pet products, and we're going to change the stage to showed. So now when the calendar says that they have actually showed to the appointment status, then it's going to be changed in their calendar settings. They're going to mark it to showed, and it's automatically going to update in your pipeline to showed. And you can do this so on and so forth with if they purchased a product, if they did any of those things. Just keep in mind to update the appointment and always label it so you know what's going on inside of here. Always save your work, always test the workflow on yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and test it on myself. Okay. And we're going to test that workflow. So that should test it for me. So I'm going to go back and again go to these pipelines because there's just a couple other things I want to show you guys. That when you're in your test pipeline of delete, let's say I needed to add some information to this lead. So let's say they scheduled a call. You can view conversations. You can add a tag to this person. You can add notes. You can add tasks, and you can also add an appointment. So let's say I wanted to have a note that says to my team, like, Bob is super nice. Please only call him between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. I put 6, either way. You can hit add note. Now let's say maybe I wanted to book or update an appointment for him. I could pick the calendar, and then you'd have to have calendars set already. And I could change the meeting location. I could change the appointment title. I can also change the opportunity details in here. I can change his stage through this as well instead of manually dragging it if I wanted. So let's pretend I want to change him to showed up to call. And I want to change the owner of this to myself. And I want to add a tag. I could pick any tag I want in here and add it to him as well. And then hit update. And now you'll see he has successfully been updated. And you'll see him as showed up to call in our pipeline stage now. So just know that anytime you're actually working with these pipelines and opportunities, that anything that you create will be shown on your dashboard. You can see where a lead's at any point in time. And you'll also want to create automation workflows for every stage of your pipeline to change them based on the user's interactions with these. So you can go to pipelines at any point in time to see all of your pipelines. And then if you want to use bulk actions, this is how you can filter your search criteria by things like action, status, or users. So maybe I want to see everything that happened under myself as a user and hit apply. There's no data, of course, because I'm not a real user. This is a test account. But you would see all of the action labels, operation, status, user created, completed, statistics, all for myself. I can even filter it by the action. Let's say anybody who was imported. I could do that and see anyone who was imported into my pipelines. So that is a good overview of opportunities and pipelines. And you will see inside of my dashboard now that I'm going to actually see opportunity statuses. And they're also going to start reporting in these areas: the opportunity status, opportunity value, and conversion rate. And as you can see, that is how you will begin to be able to track all of your lead sources as well as the value. If we had put a value in for this person, it would tell you the total value here. How many are open, how many were won, how many were lost or abandoned, and you can see your conversion percentage here as well. So that is just a broad overview on opportunities and pipelines, and we have a download for you in the bottom right-hand corner of your panel. If at any point you want to follow our step-by-step instructions, make sure to download that. But I would give you the action step of create a pipeline based on your unique business and make sure you test it on yourself and see how the contact card changes, or you could even use a fake lead information to test it on. So I hope that worked well for everyone. I am just going to stop and see if we had any questions here. And nope, it looks like everyone is good. So no questions. Well, we will wrap it up and leave it there, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our feature-focused training. And until next time, I hope you all have a very fun time exploring opportunities and pipelines and automating your business. Bye.